From the album Cartoon Moon, this is Dead Horses performing live for us at WNCW. Sounding awful good, folks. They've got a show tonight at the Gray Eagle in Asheville, tomorrow night at the Cat's Cradle in Carborough, and then Sunday, bouncing over to the Evening Muse in Charlotte. And the new album is certainly available for you in better independent music stores out there.
That's right.
Hey, I'm curious, as a songwriter in this day and age, as an artist, do you feel it incumbent upon you to address societal ills?
Define incumbent, I guess, would be
Required of you. Let me spin it a slightly
interesting. I don't know if I find it required, but it's something that I want to do, and I think that it's important. And it's one of the most attractive parts about being a musician to me is what music can do and how it can bring people together and how it can help us understand one another. And especially folk music, it just has this rich history of doing that, and I think it's happening again currently, and I think it needs to, certainly. So,
indeed. What do you guys find creatively inspiring? I mean, when do the words just fly out of the brain and onto the paper? Is there particular space that makes you happy, or?
No, I mean, it's hard. I don't know that there is rhyme or reason to it. I know writing recently, I kind of did get a little bit of like this weird writer's block and I kind of just, my whole way of dealing with that is just denying that it's even there. Like, oh, I'm just not inspired today. Right. But I was feeling pressure in hindsight, and I like to walk. I like to walk a lot, and I find myself very inspired just by empathy for strangers, actually, quite a bit. And as I was walking this one day where I was so frustrated that I couldn't write, like I felt like I wanted to, but I couldn't. And I saw this cute dog and a little boy and his grandfather, and I just talked to them for a while and ended up writing a song about that, But it really wouldn't matter if I had gone home and not written anything, It's okay if it's written or not.
Yeah. Do the blocks? You don't have a problem when they appear. It sounds like there's a lot of folks that get very uptight when things aren't flowing right, and then I would assume that creates more of a problem.
And that's how I look at it. So I try to avoid ever getting too frustrated about it. But I know also, like, when we so I'll write the song kind of bare boned, and then I'll bring it to the rest of the band. And I know there's actually more times when we're playing it and working on it together where I have a hard time because I'm not thinking creatively, and you can't just put that in your calendar book. I can't do that anyway. Some people can, though. Some people are gifted that way, but those are times. But I'd like to, Dan and Pete, when do you feel inspired?
I would say for me, trying to create anything, if I give myself the time, I can get down to it and do it. I think inspiration will just naturally come if I set the time aside first. So time is the first thing, and plenty of time. I'm talking like maybe at least minimum 2 days to start, especially something musical. But I think I approach it more as like working class type, not like a emotion or like an inspiration, but like, what can I do with the music? Like, how can I create something? And there's lots of possibilities. And I'm not much of a lyricist either. So I have written some lyrics, but you don't want to read them.
I do.
I do. Yeah, we all want to hear it. That's right. Is it easier to write a sad song?
That seems like it. I mean, the first word that comes to mind is yes.
Okay.
But I kind of disagree too, because one thing I try not to ever do is be cliche, and I think it's easier to be cliche when you're writing a sad song. But I also think that my definition of sad song is different than a lot of other people's. Like, it's kind of offends me a little bit. I try not to take it personally, but people will often say, like, you write such sad songs. And I'm like, some of them are sad, but like they're often filled with hope, or they're just very contemplative.
I
not
would
always
I would
sad.
identify you as empathic,
Yeah,
and so I think a lot of that comes across in what you're saying.
yeah.
Which brings me to a point. Why didn't you include a lyric sheet in the album?
Honestly, mostly budget.
Okay, okay, there we go. Cut to the chase right there, real quick.
Budget and time, like just getting everything. It's such a huge project. Like actually, the recording part of it takes like the least amount of time. And then there's like just everything that goes along with it. So we should definitely put that up online. But people email me, and I always send them the lyrics. So feel free to do that.
All right, well, you're going to
Anybody
you're
listening.
going to get bombarded with email now. And who did the artwork as well? Because it's a lovely piece on the cover.
There's a guy from Brooklyn. He works for Partisan Records, or he used to. His name's Zach Yeager.
All right. Thanks, Zach.
yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah, actually, go to. Never mind.
Or don't, right.
But partisanrecords.com or whatever, it features a lot of his artwork, and he's
Okay.
a great artist.
Sweet. Dead Horses here in Studio B at WNCW supporting this new album. It's a good one called Cartoon Moon.